Thank you, Russ, and welcome along. You timed it perfectly. The players are emerging onto the beautiful playing surface at Ashton Gate. It's an old stadium with a new facelift in the last couple of years, and they've got big plans as well to develop it further and try to get Bristol City punching up there with the Premier League outcasts and getting out of this championship. They've never been back to the top division since they were relegated in 1980. So there is no one on the Bristol City playing staff, and even the manager wasn't born when they were last in the top division. But Bristol is a big city. It's got what it takes to have a Premier League side. They're fighting against teams with more money, they're fighting against teams with big ambition and probably more famous players, but there is no reason that Bristol City can't believe in themselves.
Yeah, I think just walking in today, you get a real buzz about the place, yeah, and that's on top of losing three of their best players. You know, they lost Aidan Flint, they lost Joe Bryan, and they lost Bobby Reid, but Lee's got them playing a wonderful way. Really, they had a great cup run last season. With those cup results, if you put that on their league form, they would have been in the playoffs at least. But yeah, I'm really excited about today. Really am, John. I think it's got the makings of a high-scoring, electrifying game. That's what we get.
So Bristol City have lined up away to our right. We've got a terrific position here, so no complaints from us. Right over the halfway line, the sky is blue. It's not as cold and grim as it was yesterday. I think we've taken the big coat off as well. The match referee is in the centre circle. We're a few minutes away from starting yet. The two assistant referees are jogging over to him. Bristol City are in red. And a little sign of a team that's working hard, trying to do things the right way. They make those shirts themselves, so they haven't got a deal with a big sportswear manufacturer. They keep the profit. They've designed the shirt themselves, and they're happy with it, that they haven't sort of got one off the shelf, as it were, which is what they feel that you get from the big shirt manufacturers. You've got to be clever to try and punch up with the amount of money that other clubs have got.
Yeah, I think it's a brave move. I think Mr. Lansdowne, who owns the club and has got the Bristol Rugby here as well, I think he's a very, very clever man, and they're moving the right way, I feel. Really are, you know, and that hurts me to say it as a Bristol Rovers fan. Rovers fans will be wanting to shoot me, but I'm very, very proud of Bristol itself. Obviously my accent is not a farmer. I'm not out in the field. I come from Bristol, and that's how we talk. So but it is a big city, and really it's been long overdue a club in the top flight, and it would be great if one of them could get there. I think City are a much better place than Rovers at the moment.
It's a fabulous city. If you've never visited, you really should. Good place to come and spend some time. Plenty to see and do, and even watch a bit of football as you go along the line as well. So Bristol City, they've changed ends. The referee is Andy Davis. And he's just having a chat with his assistant referee, some kind of slight communication error. So Bristol City have lined away to our left in front of the Cheo stand. And Bristol City get us underway. Championship action on TalkSport 2. Two teams currently mid-table, but with ambitions of going higher. Bristol City in red and white. Slightly disappointing, I've got to say, that Sheffield Wednesday are in black. I don't see any reason that they couldn't be in blue and white stripes.
No, I like their kit. I don't understand why. Yeah, they might have ditched the white shorts, but they're beautiful blue stripes, blue and white stripes they should have worn.
There we are. It's the traditionalist view. In Bristol City start at a relatively gentle pace, and now Adam Webster, they signed from Ipswich in the summer, he stepped forward, and it's clipped into that the right hand channel, and Sheffield Wednesday biting hard, and Barry Bannon, who's just back from suspension, has gone sliding in, given a free kick away for a foul on Matty Taylor.
Yeah, he caught him late there. That's a nasty little bit of Barry Bannon. I had him in Blackpool. He was a fantastic little footballer, but he also puts the foot in, so he was a little bit late there. It was a little bit naughty.
And the free kick has been taken quickly by Pack, and it comes back again to him. Good movement. Bad movements. It went too early to Matty Taylor again, offside. Yeah,
Matty's a clever footballer. Doesn't just play as a number 9 today. Looks like he's starting out on the right hand side. Patterson's just sort of sitting off in a as a number 10 really. I thought it'd be the other way around, but obviously Matty Taylor's comfortable on that right hand side. He made an intelligent run, but the ball wasn't played early enough.
So 0-0. 100 seconds into the game. Josh Onomar, very highly rated young England Under-20 World Cup winner, who's on loan at Sheffield Wednesday, and Michael Hector in possession. It's all just inside their own half from Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. When it goes long, it's intercepted by Lloyd Kelly, the 19-year-old Bristolian, who the young fans were saying to Ian earlier they like. That's every club likes that, don't they? Every set of fans want some local players in their team.
Yeah, well, you want what no other player will give you, which is caring about your club and wearing your heart on your sleeve, and that's where it all starts. And I've got to say, Kelly's been playing really, really well. We got him through injury, and after Bryant went, they must, to be honest, they must know that they've got a production line here, and they're making their own lads get into the team. And obviously, Joe Bryant, I have to say, I don't think there was a better left back outside the Premier League. When he was playing for Bristol City last season, he scored a wonderful goal in that cup run against Manchester United, which was pretty memorable. Even I, as a Rovers fan, jumped up because it was brilliant.
And now he's in the Premier League. Here come Bristol City on the attack, and it'll flick on into the penalty area. Jeju was the target, didn't get quite as far as him. It's the red shirts, hesitate to say dominating, but certainly got plenty of possession at the moment. Nathan Baker out to Jack Hunt, former Sheffield Wednesday player. Jack Hunt right back just inside his own half. And there's a strong challenge, and the referee's whistle goes again against Stephen Fletcher this time. Free kick, Bristol City halfway.
Yeah, I think this is the pattern I was expecting, to be honest, John. I think Bristol City are used to at home dominating the ball. Sheffield Wednesday have surprised me a little bit. They look like they've got a five. They've got three centre halves in there. Pudo, Hector's playing a little bit deeper than we thought next to Lee, so they have got a five. I think that's totally respectful for Bristol City, the way they pin you back.
And there are five strung across in a line at the moment, aren't they, on the edge of their own penalty areas. Bristol City come forward again, and Hunt's in possession, and then it goes into the feet of Jeju, big, strong centre forward. Loses possession though to Barry Bannon on the edge of the penalty area. Question then for Sheffield Wednesday, can they get forward with the ball under their spell? And the answer is no. Another young player who's had an impressive season so far, Matt Penny, tried to get the break going, he's lost out. Bristol City back in possession.
Yeah, disappointed there. Sheffield Wednesday should keep the ball a little bit better. They've got to do better than that, because City again have got it. They're making them work hard, chase across, but their shape is really at the moment 5-4-1 Sheffield, just to try and contain Bristol City and let them have it. Sometimes you do that away from home, John, to be fair. You just let the home team settle in, make sure they don't break you down, and but they need to definitely think about counter-attacking a bit better than they've just done there.
They do have a throw-in, which will be taken by Daniel Pudo, experienced player, Czech international. They've given it away again. And it does come forward to Adam Reach, who slings it out to the right side, and Liam Palmer, but they've been unable to retain possession again. The referee is happy with the challenge made by Pudel. He seems to be climbing over the back of Jeju. Bannon, it's all inside Sheffield Wednesday's half as they keep possession. Jack Hunt went in tigerishly into a challenge, and it's a throw to the Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, this is City style all over. When they lose the ball, they're pressing you high up, and at the minute Sheffield Wednesday can't get any rhythm. You know, they really can't. Bristol City are definitely dominating the play at the moment.
So they're not hurrying to take the throw in. Thornley, he seems to be operating at left back. I've seen him as the left centre back this season. So Penny's actually playing further forward in the midfield. He's played as a left back and as a left midfielder. Just broken in. Fletcher's the target as Wednesday go long. And then his header just goes to a Bristol City player, and they'll go all the way back and give a touch to their goalkeeper, Nicky Mampar. And City won 4-0 this fixture last season. One of the worst results for Sheffield Wednesday recently. Didn't score against them in either of their games last season. 4-0 and a 0-0. And City's build up is patient inside their own halves and in their own half, running over the lines, big lines all over the pitch from the rugby as well that goes on. And Ashton Gate, Jeju has gone sliding in to a challenge. Wow. The referee says free kick to Wednesday.
That was a wholehearted challenge from both of them. The Wednesday bench Mr. Luke, I didn't like that one, but I didn't see anything wrong with it. That was a meaty challenge, I have to say. Old-fashioned one, that.
Thornley, and he's hobbling away. He's okay. He hasn't had any treatment. There was no yellow card shown by Andy Davis, so calmly dealt with by the referee. Hector tries to thread it along the ground forward. Adam Reach overran it really, and Fletcher couldn't collect it. Now Pack to try a little 1-2 Bristol City. And that's unlucky, just carried out of play as they tried to break down that the left side, the far side of the stadium from us.
Yeah, they do knock it around well, don't they? They do. Not many players these days clear their lines, you know, and that Hector started that move with a good slotted pass into his centre forward, just missed it. But Bristol City, some of their passing movements are a joy to watch, I have to say. Wonderful little 1-2 around someone, and the fullback was very unlucky not to keep that in.
0-0 at Ashton Gate. Bristol City, if we saw some possession stats, we'll be certain that they are dominating possession, and now they do shift it forward quite quickly and trying to get Sheffield Wednesday on the back foot. Brownhill, midfielder, 30 yards from goal, but surrounded by black shirts, and he tried to fizz it in to Taylor to try and find a way through that line of disciplined Sheffield Wednesday defending. They couldn't, but they have possession again.
It's very well organised, very well organised. Sheffield Wednesday slotting across. You have to keep your discipline. And
free kick to Bristol City. Jeju, he had a bit of beautiful shirt as well, didn't he? But the referee saw it the other way. So it's a free kick. It's not a bad position.
It's a good opportunity, this. Brownhill's got a wonderful left foot, so first chance for City, really.
On the 22, I believe they call that. The faded lines.
If it was a rugby kick, I'm sure where he's placed, he'd definitely get that over the post, but hopefully Brownhill will keep it on the pitch.
So 10 metres outside of the penalty area. Everybody back for Sheffield Wednesday.
There's a bit of jostling going on in the box there. Ref's going to have to sort that out.
I never know how a referee sorts that out. You simply can't see everything that is going on. If 3-4 players are all pushing and shoving at the same time, Brownhill flicks it in. It's a Sheffield Wednesday head that got it away. It might have been Lees, the skipper, Tom Lees, but it will come back into the penalty area. In fact, the cross then is overhit, and it will be a throw into Wednesday near their own left corner flag.
I know exactly how they stop that. Please stop that. Don't do that. I saw the ref goes, oh, please make me look silly. Please don't.
Throw in taken by Thornley, stepped massively onto the pitch, not spotted by the assistant referee. There's Barry Bannon. That's a skill.
Jinky dude. Beautiful that was.
Deep inside his own half when he did that. A little nudge there by Adam Webster, and the referee right on top of that. It's a silly push really by Webster. No need for that free kick, and Wednesday can clear their lines, get a little bit of pressure off themselves.
A little bit of a breather. Yeah, it's funny. Bristol City are like a scarf. They wrap right round you. They don't let you have any air getting through to you. Like cold morning. What a good ball forward. Here we go.
There was half a chance for Adam Reach, and Manpower had to come and smother it. He did manage to get there in front of the defenders, though. It goes down as a proper save made by the Finnish goalkeeper.
Well, Bristol City were sound asleep there. From the very free kick that they just gave away, Barry Bannon was able to play it straight over the top, put Reach right in. He was almost in. Good save from the goalie.
That's 0-0.
Asleep, the centre halves there. What are you doing?
0-0 at Ashton Gate between Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday, with Screwfix here when you need us. The whole game live on TalkSport 2 from the Championship. Bristol City in the red shirts are attacking, and De Silva slots it forward, and Matty Taylor tries to cross it. It's deflected, and there's an opportunity for Jeju to score. Oh, he was massively offside.
How is he not offside?
Because it came off a Sheffield Wednesday player as he came back to make the challenge. It came to Jeju. He was so far offside, everyone had just forgotten about him.
Good gracious me. Fantastic save by the goalkeeper. Jeju, that is a terrible miss, really. He should have done it, and mind you, not that I would have been able to do it, but he should have done it and took it round him. But what a bizarre moment.
It was Matt Penny, I think, who came back and made a challenge, probably halfway inside the half, and it ricocheted through.
But why was Jeju in there in the first place? Did he take so long to get out from the last attack?
Yeah, here's the corner from Patterson, and again it's Fletcher who's back, who wins the header for Sheffield Wednesday. I wonder whether he had a problem with the boots or a slight injury or something, because he was 10 yards offside, wasn't he?
Well, I'm not sure what he was doing now. I wish I could have a look at a replay, because if that's how long he takes to get back, then there's a big trouble.
Yes, we are without replays, I'm afraid, so you just got first-time impressions from me, John Driscoll, and from Ian Holloway as we talk you through this championship match. Barry Bannon's crossing over halfway, back in the team today. He's already had 5 yellow cards this season. A little bit lucky not to have another one in the early stages of this game as well. 12 minutes in, 0-0.
He certainly was very lucky. He got there as quick as he could, but he was a bit late.
Daniel Pudel, experienced Czech, left of the 3 central defenders, and Thornley has carelessly given it away. And then Patterson played the ball. He's aiming for his goalkeeper, but it hit Webster, and Linebar does get there and smashes it up in the air.
It's a bit bitty at the moment, to say the least, John. There's some mistakes flying about. As I spoke, Hector went to bring it down, miscontrolled it, kicked it straight out.
Yeah, got a bit of a station there, didn't he, Michael Hector? Tried a bit of a close turn, and it went away for him for a throw, which has been taken by Bristol City in the red shirts in the October sunshine.
I don't think we'd like to use a name Cruyff turn on that one. You know, I know what you mean, because he was such a brilliant player. He made his own turn up, but unfortunately, Mr. Hector, didn't have to that was a Hector turn.
See if he can get the trademark on that one.
He won't want to.
It's Matty Taylor back to Jay De Silva, who's operating left side of the midfield, isn't he? The Chelsea loanee.
Yeah, he's really neat and tidy, isn't he? Well, you would expect that. Someone coming from Chelsea to have those sort of ball skills, but
all of those FA Cup youth team wins with the Chelsea side. He's had a loan spell with Charlton as well, and seeing some of his contemporaries getting into the senior England squad. It's good to see him playing, crucially, isn't it? That's the trouble with some of these talented Chelsea players.
Well, this is my whole argument and bugbear about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Is he ever going to get a Chelsea shirt? Do you know what I mean? He did ever so well for Palace. He did well when he played for England in the summer. So, you know, the boy needs to get a game. So, possibly move away from Chelsea. That's my advice.
Patterson's on the attack, and he's been fouled by another promising young English player on a mark. This is midway inside the Wednesday half as the recalled Patterson attack has come down. He's rubbing the back of his head. Presumably, as he on his way down, he took a knock.
He's caught him there. I think that's one of those ones where you get a knock on the nerve around your knee, and he's all right now, though.
And the free kick has been taken, and it comes through to Kelly, and it's off the post.
Hit the post.
So unlucky. Just managed to dig the shot away, and it comes back in, and the clearance isn't good, and it's swept to the edge of the area, and it's Webster from the edge of the 6-yard box, and his shot was blocked. Desperate defending from Sheffield Wednesday, but they've got it behind.
Well, it all came as a bit of a mistake, a badly taken free kick. It looped to over the top of all the defenders, and Kelly's hit it on the volleys, hit the post, and then there was a couple of ricochets.
Here's the corner.
Here we go.
And it was Nathan Baker getting up high. I wonder whether he was climbing on the back of the defender. He wasn't, but Baker got the last touch anyway, so the throw-in is for Sheffield Wednesday near the corner flag on the left side in front of us.
Yeah, first bit of action, you know, a couple of good blocks from the goalkeeper. Ball dropped to Taylor as well. He hit a shot, and good defending in the end. It's the first bit of action which we want to see a bit more of in that penalty area.
It might have been Liam Palmer who got the eventual block, but we've got a stoppage here because Fletcher's down.
Yeah.
So he's been in and out of the team. The experienced Stephen Fletcher, 5 starts this season, a couple of goals.
He's a really good player. Really, really talented. Number 9. Old-fashioned number 9, really.
And he's actually in trouble because you can see Lucas Jeannot is in front of us next to the...
He's actually putting his pads on, so this should be quite serious. My old point is you should have your pads on, you should be ready to go on, son. Fletcher's definitely limping. I don't know if there was anything before the game. Sometimes you get knocks. It's definitely coming off.
Yeah, well, it returned to the team, and there he is. The number 9 is up, and a hug for Lucas João. And it's a real setback. We're 16 minutes into the game. João's just returning. He's got 3 goals. Another big man, Portuguese international.
It's a very talented footballer. Got a lovely touch for a big man. Yeah, as I say, they've got a general challenge up front with Antinui as well, and João and Fletcher. So they've got an abundance of talent. It's just trying to fit them in the same team. That's very difficult.
Well, it's part of their financial problems, isn't it? They had a transfer embargo, Sheffield Wednesday, in the summer. Simply got too many players. Got 30 odd senior pros, all of whom, or many of whom, are on decent money. They've now managed to bring some youngsters into the setup, the likes of Matt Penny, but lots of players signed for quite big money, as they had a proper tilt under Carvajal of getting into the Premier League. But it's a costly business, and it's left them struggling a little bit financially.
Yeah, if you don't get there to that promised land with the parachute payments, unfortunately you feel like you're in hell sometimes, and then all that's got to go, and you end up with a huge stacked and racked load of older players that you really can't make a team out of, and you can't really get rid of because of the new rules with the windows slamming shut. So it's not all doom and gloom now. They still play really good football. They still look very well organised.
And they signed a manager, a Dutchman, with loads of experience in the German league. It got 3 teams promoted from the Bundesliga 2 into the Bundesliga, and so you can see why he would have caught their eye.
Yeah, absolutely. But
different country, different league, though.
Different times, different tactics, different league. But football's a little bit like clothes and fashions. Things go in and out, and with Huddersfield doing so well with their manager that was brought over and did brilliantly for them, David Wagner, you can understand why other chairmen go for those sort of things.
Lee Johnson, by contrast, a young Englishman who played for this club, very smartly dressed in front of us in the technical area.
He's looking dapper, isn't he?
Showed us his skills, knocking the ball back to Bristol City when they want to throw. And Brownhill will swing this one in towards Jeju, the man who had that unlikely chance that he couldn't make the most of. But credit to Cameron Dawson, young goalkeeper, who's keeping Kieran Westwood on the sidelines.
Well, he must be good. I've rated Westwood for a long time. Absolutely fantastic goalie. So yeah, I'd like to look back at how Jeju was there. I don't know whether he was injured or he took a while getting. Must have done his boot up or something, but he was 10 yards offside. The ball came off a defender, so he wasn't technically offside, and then what a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, that's about the action we've had, apart from a couple of blocks. So we were bigging this game up, and at the moment it's not happening. But we're ready with a long throw here from Kelly.
Well, the Bristol City fans are getting into the mood, aren't they? Clapping him along, the young fullback, as he throws it long. It was flicked on usefully by Webster. Second header was won by Wednesday, though. And then they are able to press Bristol City. It's good work, actually, because it's forced the mistake, and it's a throw for Sheffield Wednesday. 10 yards inside their own half. Barry Bannon decides he won't take it. Instead, it's taken by Jordan Thornley. For all the latest news, discussion and debate from the Premier League, EFL and beyond, join Ray Stubbs on Football First every weekday 10 a.m. here on TalkSport 2. Don't forget, tomorrow's show comes live from Wembley, including the FA Cup 4th round qualifying draw. And the ball is out of play. I thought it was. The referee took his time. It's a throw to Sheffield Wednesday right in front of Lee Johnson in that long black coat. And the 4th official standing between him and Lukai. We saw the Sheffield Wednesday manager out, didn't we, on his own early, collecting his thoughts.
Yeah, he looked. He was contemplating things. Obviously, having a look at Bristol City's ground as well. And it's nice sometimes to get here as early as they did and have a little wander and collect your thoughts and think about your team talk and think about how your team are looking. quite a lonely place sometimes, being a manager.
Jesus battling away for the boys, lost out though, and it's swept back by Lees to his goalkeeper, and the cheers of the home supporters will tell you that it was sliced out of play by Dawson.
It's a bit like watching Mr. Bean film at the moment. It's a comedy of errors. The old film Johnny English, where he's a terrible spy and doing anything wrong while everybody is at the moment.
Here's Matty Taylor trying to change that as he dances to the edge of the penalty area. He comes out as if he was going to make a pass and then sort of ran away from him, but they've kept possession. Kelly joins in, and now De Silva, the two youngsters over on that far side. He's whipped it in hard and low, and it's well claimed by Cameron Dawson, the Sheffield Wednesday keeper.
I just got a feeling that Bristol City weren't aware that Sheffield Wednesday were going to line up like this. There's definitely a five at the back, and I think that's causing them some problems. They would have done a pattern of play where Sheffield Wednesday would have probably been a four. They'd have had Hector sat in front. So sometimes your team can't sort that out. Lee'll have to talk about changing that, or maybe even make a substitution. Very rarely we do it in the first half, but maybe when a break of play comes, he could say, lads, do you realise what shape they're in? We've got to make sure there's the space, get in it.
And it's a rare foray forward for Sheffield Wednesday, comes to very little though. Bristol City, as Ian Holloway was saying, don't rush it forward. Happy to go back to the goalkeeper, see whether Wednesday do press up on them. Three have gone forward, and then Jim Lucas-Shaw is the latest to add to the Keystone Cops. He slipped as he tries to press the ball.
I feel I'm on a sing yet. It's like a circus game at the moment. What is going on? I'm sure it'll sell down. I am very impressed with the calmness of Bristol City. They really are coached very well to want the ball, have the ball, be brave with it, and certainly not panic. And they do take the extra pass, and I'll tell you what, it's very, very pleasing sometimes. Just as that was, they played through Marlon Pack.
And Kelly crosses towards Jesus. The goalkeeper has to come to try and claim it. And Brownhill was the nearest City player, though. He's beaten to it. Sheffield Wednesday able to clear their lines again, and Barry Banner keeps a cool head. I thought for a second it might be too cool, but he has managed to find a teammate, Pudel, who smashes it forward. But it's possession again. It's a throw to Bristol City.
Yeah, I wonder what the possession stats are. It's got to be heavily in Bristol City's favour. I could see their style. And it's a pretty difficult afternoon at the moment for Sheffield Wednesday.
There's Jack Hunt, who signed from Wednesday in the summer. So Marlon Pack, a long-serving Bristol City midfielder. Now Brownhill into the feet of Matty Taylor, former Didcot Town player Matty Taylor. As is Michael Hector on the other team. There's a bit of trivia from the non-league for you.
Is that near where you're from?
It is, yes, the mighty Didcot Town.
Mighty?
Yeah.
Come on, Didders. Are they Didders for short?
That's the one, yeah. The railway member. I don't think anyone ever says that. 64% possession, in answer to your question.
Yeah.
For Bristol City, obviously.
And I think the best stat about that is how quickly they'll be winning the ball back when they give it away. And I think that's the Johnson way. That's their style. That's the modern day football team who dominate you, and then they press the heck out of you when you get the ball.
Jesus spreads it out to a round of applause to Jack Hunt, attacking from the right back position now towards the edge of the penalty area. Back in again towards Jesus. He wins the first header, and then Pudel won the second. Olamar has to clear, and he hasn't cleared it very well. Hunt can collect it again for Bristol City. Dink towards Jesus at the back post, and he just couldn't get up. It's over his head, and it should be cleared here by Liam Palmer. In fact, it's more than a clearance. It's a good ball towards Reach.
Very nearly
just
got him in.
Couldn't reach it. But he is battling away. Reach hasn't had much influence on the game. Actually, he had the one half chance that Wednesday have had. The applause will tell you again that Bristol City are in possession. They appreciate the stylish football that Lee Johnson's team play.
And they appreciate the young man who just did a brilliant crossfield pass there, Kelly. I can understand why that young man who I spoke to, Bristol City fan earlier, who really likes him.
They go back to their goalkeeper again, the experienced Ryan Parr, who's been in England for 3 years, barely played a game when he was at Brighton, so he is having a run as a first-team goalkeeper now. Strange old job, isn't it, the goalkeeper? But obviously, numbers dictate that you've always got more goalkeepers not playing than playing.
Yeah, I could never be one of them. I'd be never brave enough to put my head where boots are. Do you know what I mean? But Yeah, they are a strange bit. I love them to bits. They are very, very different to manage. They're normally absolutely as nutty as a fruitcake. I don't mean that nastily.
Sheffield Wednesday have a throw. It will be taken by the long-serving Liam Palmer. They're I was going to say right back. There's not, is he? Because he's sort of a right wing back.
Today he's a wing back. He's a marauding right back anyway, isn't he?
Very much part of a five-man defence for Sheffield Wednesday, and that on top of that, there's Penny in midfield as well, who has played previously as a defender. Not quite six defenders. And they play around Adam Reach.
Reach couldn't reach it.
Bristol City have broken that initial press from Sheffield Wednesday, and Brownhill to Taylor, and they shift it on quickly. Patterson out to this near side where Hunt will swing it in, and it's Hector who won the header though for Sheffield Wednesday. Now they might just be able to break. João, the Portuguese, was on the ball. Bannon now to Adam Reach, and he can accelerate. Adam Reach, scorer of spectacular goals in recent weeks, but he's lost out there to the youngster Lloyd Kelly, who defends well initially, but his pass to De Silva's gone straight out of play. Wednesday can keep a little bit of pressure going.
First time in their half, isn't it? Really? Apart from one long ball, this is to
keep a bit of pressure on. Yeah, to keep the ball up this end of the pitch for a while. Penny to João, and back again to Penny, and I haven't seen Thornley this far forward, have we? He's on that 22 line again, the faded lines of the rugby pitch. And Daniel Pudel as well joining in. Heady attacking play this from Sheffield Wednesday in the context of this game. Bannon, now might just be a break. Patterson, I thought Patterson maybe could have just turned and taken that on. He tried another short pass, and they're inside their own half, just trying to pick a way through Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, the crowd for the first time were a bit annoyed there was a pass on forward. If Patterson would have seen it, they might have been in, but now the crowd it's a little bit pedestrian really. City need to up the tempo, pass the ball a little bit earlier, a little bit quicker. They are in room, they are in space, but they really need to work it a lot quicker than they are.
They don't mind communicating with their team, do they, the Bristol City fans?
No, they do like to have a go. Yeah, they do. They do like to have a little nibble at you sometimes, but
Nathan Baker's come striding forward. He's tried to chip the ball on. It's got to be dealt with by Palmer, and Baker had carried on his run from centre-back into the penalty area. He charged the ball down. It's come off him for a goal kick, a little unlucky.
I think I've enjoyed that bit of play more than anything else so far. He decided to chase his pass that went wrong, and he actually closed the bloke down, Palmer, and forced a goal kick. Well done. I thought he was a terrific signing from Aston Villa, Baker, and he's played regularly, and he looks a top-class player.
You're listening to Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix, proud partners of the EFL. Here when you need us. How's my voiceover?
I like that one. That was very good. Screwfix did, Andy.
And Baker's in possession again. And Sheffield Wednesday just dropped back to just in front of the halfway line. It's Onumar who's almost making the line. Now he drops away, the on loan youngster, and there's a big gap through the middle. It's just overhit, wasn't it? Jay De Silva had found himself a real pocket of space.
Yeah, he came in and Palmer slipped over, who was tracking him, and he ended up in the ball was just over it, but he was in acres of space. Untimely slip, that would have been for Palmer.
Yet to score a goal since joining Bristol City, Jay De Silva, only 20. And the fans on the back of Cameron Dawes actually done okay on his left foot there, because he's got it forward. Penny's in the midfield. Reach has to clear out of his way as he runs sideways across the pitch, and then Lees, the captain, joins in. Now Palmer, Onumar just inside the opposition half, and Bannon almost goes over and demands to have the ball from the young Englishman. And now Reach, he rides through one challenge, stabbed away by Webster. Bannon goes in, doesn't get anywhere near the ball really, and Bristol City can break here. Patterson had to stretch to get it under control. Cost him a second or two, but it is Bristol City attacking. Pat was one option. There's Jeju and Taylor in the area. They haven't been able to, or they chose not to sling it in there early. Of course, that's not the style, is it, Kelly?
No.
And out they come again. It can be a little frustrating at times, can't it? Webster has it, and now Jack Hunt.
It's just, I think the crowd want they had 3 bodies in the box. Sometimes you just don't turn down that opportunity. Anything can happen from a cross.
And fans want things to happen sometimes. I mean, they do. Most of the fans here are appreciative of the way, and they get a round of applause when they produce a neat bit of play to get away from a press or something. But there is also the crowd feel of giving us something to cheer every now and again.
Yeah, but there's some fundamental things you need to do to score a goal, and that is get it somewhere near the box of the opposition where the goal is. And if you're there and the crowd has got a brilliant view like we have, you can see the bodies in the box, they want it put in there. And to be honest, as a manager, it's nothing more frustrating when you talk about there's a right time to keep it, a right time to move it, but what you're trying to achieve, crosses, shots, attempts at goal, because that's what wins your games. We haven't seen enough yet, have we?
Nope. Couple of bits of action around each box. Patterson try and create something now, and he does pull the trigger. Long range shot, didn't really catch hold of it in truth, and it's comfortably saved by Dawson.
Yeah, but that got a clap, and as the other pass back to the centre half didn't just now. So if in doubt, have a shot, see what happens.
Tom Lees, Sheffield Wednesday, slow down to walking pace. 0-0, 32 minutes played at Ashton Gate. Beautiful autumnal early afternoon. Barry Bannon clips it forward. Adam Reach is making the run. It doesn't get as far as him. And a free kick clumsily conceded by Pack, the Bristol City midfielder, clambering over the back of Lucas Zhao.
Yeah, it was almost as if Zhao wasn't there. Pack had his eye on the ball. He's gone clean through him. Absolutely left him in no doubt that he was hit. Probably felt like a combine harvester, to be honest. He was definitely down. Down like a stack of hay. He's up all right though.
See, these farming references are going to confuse people.
I know,
again.
yeah. Well,
we're not in farming territory. We're in the middle of Bristol. No. It's a big city.
Well, how else can you describe how crumpled to the ground there? He just didn't he? To be fair,
he did. He's up on his feet though. The big Portuguese, probably the biggest in there. Is now they line up right on the edge of the penalty area. It's where Bristol City have drawn their offside line. Barry Bannon will be sticking it in that corridor over the top of that line as they drop in there. The goalkeeper goes back, and it's kept alive. Last touch off Jeju. Corner. Lees had the effort around the back post.
Yeah, a little bit of danger there. Bristol City, that's the first time they've had to do anything as a back line, and got that wrong really. They thought he was going out. Didn't notice that Lees had ran right round the back, and very fortunate to hit the first defender with that cross. There was 2 people behind him ready to put that in.
So Matt Penny will be taking this one. An arm raised, some kind of signal from the left-footed youngster, and it's whipped in. There's some pushing and shoving going on, and the referee said it was attacker fouling defender. Free kick then to Bristol City.
Yeah, there was a few people relieved with that when he blew his whistle. Thought it might have been a penalty, but
Stornelly doing the fouling. Former Everton youth, never scored a senior goal. And he won't if he fouls every time he goes in the penalty area.
Stop fouling and he might get one.
Strong challenge by Brownhill. It's run through to Pewdill, and he's just knocked it straight out of play. Bit of encouragement for the home supporters there.
It's a little bit flat at the moment.
Did you like these early kickoffs when you were managing?
Yeah, it does take some getting used to, and obviously it's on a Sunday, isn't it? And that's another strange thing. But listen, it is what it is, and you got your team ready. You know the kickoff time. It's the same for both of you, but I think it's just the style of the game. I think the way Sheffield Wednesday have set up for this, it is gonna give the impetus to Bristol City, and they're saying come and break us down, and City haven't been able to yet.
And Wednesday trying to launch an attack with Liam Palmer. He's coming at good speed here, and he's been checked by Kelly, but there's no foul. The referee obviously saying Kelly couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah, I like the ref so far. I like how he's commanded the game. I like he's letting it go, and I think I'll make him right there. Too many people fall over too easy, as Sean Dyche said last night. I don't know if you saw that. Depotre went down like he was shot, and then nobody anywhere near him.
There's lots of that goes on, isn't there, in football? When you ask people who don't like football, the one thing they say is that people falling over.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
Patterson just crossed the ball into the arms of Cameron Dawson. He's played every minute of this campaign so far, Sheffield-born youngster.
That's impressive. Was Westwood been injured or?
No, he's just left out.
Wow.
So he's gone with Cameron Dawson. I think he's showing that he will put young players into the team.
Yeah.
Partly with his decision-making, Lukai.
I'm sure Westwood would walk into almost anybody's team.
Yes,
so this lad must be very, very good.
And you would imagine that he won't stick around. Kieran Westwood's got a lot of support from Wednesday fans.
That's just tough, isn't it? You only need one goalie, so one of you's in, the others are out, and you better wait and show a good attitude. It's pretty tough.
But he's not even on the bench. Joe Wildsmith is on the bench, but he's not injured, Westwood, unless he's picked one up recently. But it was a tactical decision.
Well, it might be a financial one as well. You never know if they have overdone their budget and there's a transfer embargo on them. They've got to try and downsize what they're paying people.
They're attacking at the moment with Liam Palmer, and then Bannon tries to join in. It's a miscontrol by him, though. Adam Reach.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. He is normally so sure with that beautiful left foot. It is like, I called him Merlin. It's almost like a wand. It's a wonderful little footballer.
Now Penny's in possession. A few calls of handball from the home supporters. 38 minutes played, 0-0 at Ashton Gate. In the Championship on TalkSport 2 between Bristol City and Sheffield Wednesday. On a Martha, Wednesday stabs it forward towards Lucas Zhao. Wednesday in black shirts, but they've lost possession again. And Bristol City through Marlon Pack to Brownhill, the two in the centre of the midfield for Bristol City. Goes forward towards the strong number 9.
Great bit of play, Fisher. Got hold of it, well done. A ball from back to front, which City don't do much. Sheffield Wednesday had a high press on him, and that's what you want your centre forward to do. Get hold of it, brought it down on his chest, held off 2, slotted it to your midfield player coming up to support you. Well done, son.
It's the obvious antidote, isn't it, to the high press, isn't it? Is to play it long to someone who's big or strong or fast.
Yeah, you just miss out that press. You play past the press, get them turning towards their own goal, and you could gain very quick advantage.
Sheffield Wednesday are attacking with Penny, and he goes to the right side to Liam Palmer. Faced up by De Silva. Now Reach, you might have fancied a shot from there. Adam Reach, it does, and the goalkeeper had to kick it away. He obviously lost the flight somehow. He was tipping beyond manpower, and he stuck out a foot and knocked it behind.
He has such a wonderful left foot. What he got some movement on that ball, a bit like a cricketer would be, but he's probably struck it in the centre of the ball and then moved his leg across to get some, as I would call, swaz on it, and it almost done the goalie.
And here's the corner, and Lees comes and he wins the header, and it was a real opportunity for Lucas Zhao. It flashed beyond him. He might have just got his fringe to it, but he couldn't get any significant contact, otherwise it would have been 1-0.
Well, Lucas, that was a great chance, headed straight back, training ground moved that, headed straight back, and Zhao should have done better. And from all that good play, City could have been one down there. That's how tight the Championship is.
And Stephen Fletcher, who's gone off injured, was probably thinking, if I'd have been on, that would have been me, and I'd have been running away with my arms aloft now. It's 0-0 still.
He's probably worried about his injury, mate, the way he's come off, to be honest.
Free kick won by Zizou for Bristol City.
Pretty dejected, didn't he? So let's hope that's not a recurrence of why he's been out. Great lad, Fletch.
For all the reaction to this game and the weekend's other EFL results, join TalkSport 2 live tomorrow from 8 p.m. with Dan Windle, Lee Maxwell and Adam Virgo. Had a long trip to Indonesia with Adam Virgo recently. Watched a bit of football out there.
Was it good?
It was mixed. The trip was good, the football was mixed.
That's all right then. I thought you were going to give Adam Virgo some stick there. I'm glad you clarified that it was a football that was ropey, not his company.
No, his company was fine. And money goes a long way. Get $1 million out of the cash points.
Yeah, I'm going to say you went a long way as well. It's a long way, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. Here's on him up. And Palmer, this is all for Sheffield Wednesday, by the way. Not to assume that you know all the Sheffield Wednesday players if you're listening elsewhere in the country. Barry Bannon for Sheffield Wednesday, 10 yards inside the Bristol City half. Two mid-table teams A winner here would definitely be in the top 6, possibly higher for Bristol City. A thumping win, of course, for Sheffield Wednesday. It's Forest who sit 5th, who beat Middlesbrough yesterday in this topsy-turvy championship race. It usually is the championship, though, isn't it? Usually it's a good old battle every year.
Absolutely, it is. It's an ill-fitting coat, far too tight from top to bottom. But that's what makes it exciting, have to say.
It's looking like another exciting contest again. A few weeks ago, he might have been tempted to start christening Leeds as potential champions, but no. Sheffield Wednesday on top now. West Brom have had a go on top. They came from behind to get a 2-2.
Sheffield United.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh, right. Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday not on top.
Yeah. Come on.
A win for Chris Wilder's side yesterday. Here's Barry Bannon. And Pudle's got a long way forward, the left centre-back for Wednesday. Left it just behind Adam Reach, but he digs out across Reach. And then Patterson is back. Brownhill's cleared. So cleared, it's gone high. Right up in the air, 30 yards from goal. On a mark, couldn't flick it on into the penalty area. That's an important challenge by Patterson. Got there in front of his countryman Bannon. Bannon's down, worrying again for Sheffield Wednesday. They've lost one senior player. The Wednesday fans want the ball knocked out of play. Bristol City don't really have to. Will they? Jay De Silva slows down to walking pace. He does knock it out. And the home supporters don't like that. They really don't like it. Bannon's down. He will need treatment.
Yeah, I think, not being funny, I know the boy, so I know he wouldn't stay down if he wasn't hurt. So, I would always err on the caution of protecting your player who's injured. And well done, Bristol City, for putting the ball out. For me, I think the referees should be able to do that, And I know, having spoke to them, that they think, some players might con you, that they'll go down, and but to be fair, it's got to be about the safety of the players first.
There was nothing in that match situation there that said that Bannon, it's not like it was a brilliant break or something, that a player wouldn't be trying on in that situation. We'd seen the challenge. It was a real challenge.
Well, the thing is with Barry, he just looked round quite angrily at the referee as if to say, why didn't you give me a free kick there? And he tried to run after Patterson and he fell over. So, normally that indicates that there's something wrong with your leg. Let's hope it's not too serious. The City fans are giving him chip now. I don't understand that. But there you go, I know him, and I know he wouldn't do that, so...
It's all part of it.
It's all part of the
theatre, isn't it?
Pageant, isn't it?
The panto, isn't it? You boo a footballer. I mean, you go and see some of the world's best players and everyone's booing, and you think, you'll probably tell your grandkids you saw someone like Messi play, but people are booing him.
Well, apparently us Europeans were doing that in the Ryder Cup last week, which is not nice, is it? But we won.
So Sheffield Wednesday will return the ball now to Bristol City. And Barry
is it me, John? Is this a weird game? There's some strange things are happening here. It's almost like a pre-season kickabout, almost, don't you think? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, the cliche we use, it hasn't caught light, but
that's it.
There have been lots of little mistakes here and there. A formation from one coach that the other coach hasn't got to grips with. Lukai, you'd have to say, it's defensive, but they're still looking for something on the counter. But he's almost saying to us he'd be happy with 0-0, delighted with 1-0.
Yeah, I think he's definitely credited with being very hard to beat, with the things he's done and achieved in his career, getting a couple of promotions before, and you can see why. They are very well organised.
Here's Patterson for Bristol City, a quickly taken free kick, and Pack, missed by the first defender. His cross comes out to Jack Hunt and sling it back in again, and it's Hector who clears. Jay De Silva will pick it up, the number 3 for Bristol City. He finds Lloyd Kelly. Two youngsters combining. They've been operating over on that left side, the far side from us, in front of a big block of flats behind the stand. And then Pack, cue the groans. Just release the frustration of the home supporters, that pass.
Yeah, I could see what he was trying. He's just overhit it, and I think he tried to hit a diagonal ball, as I said they would, and Brownhill made a good run, and he just way over it, far too much. I think the cannon went off is the best way to describe it. Off it went, and a few groans.
So who's going to gamble in the second half? Still got a few seconds left of the first half. Bristol City with De Silva. We've got Kelly on his left side. Scurries forward, the little man. And he's found Patterson. Patterson to Brownhill. Good take. Was fizzed at him. Jack Hunt getting forward willingly from right back. Fizzed in towards Matty Taylor. Defender got there first. Throw in to Bristol City near the assistant referee, who's near the corner flag.
Yeah, I think Gary Johnson will want to get in at half-time, and he'll talk to his lads about their formation, and he'll definitely solve one or two issues that the boys are having themselves with choices.
Brownhill's throw into the area. It's cleared to Pack. 20 yards out, but he chested it down, played it back to his midfield mate. Now Patterson is being carefully pressed by Wednesday, so he has to check out to Lloyd Kelly, who's in the centre circle for Bristol City, and the referee's had enough. So have we. It hasn't been a great first half, truth be told, Ian Holloway. We need to get it going.
John, it's largely down to Sheffield Wednesday. They came and said, you break us down, and they've done it very effectively. And Bristol City, I think, weren't expecting them to play 5-4-1. And I think Leah, look at that last little bit of play summed it up. When they get it wide, there's an extra body there, and City aren't used to that.
We are not crying yet on this Sunday lunchtime, Russ. Half-time is Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Thank you, Russ. Cast of thousands has left the pitch at Ashton Gate. It's a beautiful playing surface, blue skies and a bit of wispy cloud overhead. Adam Reach is standing over the ball for Sheffield Wednesday in the centre circle on his own, as it's done these days. Of course, Wednesday all in black, and Bristol City in their home-designed red and white shirts. It's a white band across the middle, a little look of Middlesbrough in the 70s.
Is that black or is it grey, dark grey? I'm not sure.
It's maybe not quite black, is it?
I was going to say, maybe my eyes are going a bit there, John.
Oh, maybe the shirts. They're like black shirts that you've washed a few too many times.
Yeah, that's it.
So Wednesday hammers underway with this very defensive lineup that they've gone with. Josh Lukai with a cautious bent ahead of this game. 0-0 through the first half, and not too many chances as well. On Mars on the ball, and he sweeps it out to the left-hand side, and Thornley is there standing on the halfway line, who is, I've seen play previously for Wednesday as one of the three central defenders, so it's a sign of how defensively they're playing. Onomar dances forward, skips over a challenge, and now Thornley on that left-hand side. He's probably midway inside the Bristol City half. Bannon clips it forward towards Penny on the edge of the box, stretches up high, and he can't control his header. And Sheffield Wednesday, though, win it back, and it's with Michael Hector inside his own half. Big defender with dreadlocks, and he fires it into the feet of Adam Reach, who turns and skips out to the left-hand side. And now Thornley, with the outside of his left boot, he chops it out towards Barry Bannon. And he moves around pretty freely, trying to use a little bit of skill. And he plays a quick 1-2. And Zhao takes it on, a little back heel for Bannon. He tries to chip, and goalkeeper Mayan Palm makes a save. The second save he's made, and the second awkward-looking save that he's made.
Well, what a brilliant move. Absolutely the opposite at the start of the first half, where Sheffield Wednesday have come out, dominated the ball, got their wing back forward, played it in, fantastic little back heel, come into Barry Bannon, and he's tried an audacious dink, hasn't he? And the goalie's done, well, he made a bit of a meal of it, but he certainly kept it out. Fantastic start for Sheffield Wednesday.
And then the experienced, or the old Finnish goalkeeper Mainpää tries to chip it out to Lloyd Kelly, and it was very quickly closed down by Liam Palmer. Come out with a bit of fire in their bellies, Sheffield Wednesday, in the second half. It's good to see. Hunt plays it forward. Kelly, though, with a header for Bristol City. A little shove in the back by Patterson on halfway. Not spotted by the referee. Onomar trying to find Bannon. This is all slap bang in the middle of the field. Taylor flicks it on towards the big man, Jeju. Bristol City in possession. Kelly just inside his own half. And Matty Taylor switches it. Huge cross-field pass. It's just forced his teammate to go back inside his own half a little bit, though. Jack Hunt. And then Webster. There's the big diagonal pass, and the header from Palmer will drop down at the feet of his captain Lee. Turns and plays it blind back to Cameron Dawson in blue, and he smashes that down the pitch, and Webster comes across. He gets a shout from the home supporters because Zhao was closing in behind him.
Yeah. Almost like a pantomime there.
And he got away with it, though. And again, Bristol City in the red shirts attack, and Jesus turned into trouble, and Bannon can come forward, and he fizzes his pass forward. It was there to be hit, wasn't he? Just overhit it and come through to the keeper.
It was. City have basically been told at half-time let's hit some crossfield balls, because when you get it one side against a 5 at the back, you've got to switch it early, you've got to switch it quickly, and then your fullback can, if they know you're doing it, he can gallop up behind you. You've got a 2-on-1, but they've left themselves a little bit open by doing it. And Sheffield Wednesday looked very dangerous.
Very curious. Jesus dropped to get the ball off the goalkeeper. The centre forward went within about 30 yards of his own goal.
I'm not sure his manager's telling him to do that.
He's on the ball again in the centre circle. Brownhill quickly aggressively closed down by Hector, and then he aggressively takes up the case with the referee when he blows his whistle. Didn't like that decision.
You got to be careful there, son. You can't show that sort of dissent. Even I know from up here you're not happy, mate. So referees have been asked to stamp down on that.
Looks very much like they've been sent out to be more aggressive, Sheffield Wednesday. And the referee thought that was too aggressive. I think he's right. It wasn't a terrible tackle or anything, just a foul.
No, he definitely caught him, didn't he? And he meant it.
Free kick has been taken short, and it's Brownhill who swings it in. He's overhit it slightly. Kelly heads it down into the penalty area, smashed away by Lucas João.
They had all 11 back in their 18-yard box there, Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that's the story of it. It's going to be hard to be beat. Let's see if we can nick one. Again, City are taking too long here. They need to move it quicker than this.
Because they're inside their own half with Webster. Now he clips it over the top. It's a good ball. Hector has to go across to make the challenge on Hunt, and he got there well timed actually from the big defender for Sheffield Wednesday.
Again, that was a right back making a run forward.
He's on the ball again, who tries to find Patterson right on the edge of the penalty area, smashed away, left-footed, and Wednesday can pick up the second ball. Bannon now fires it long. Kelly read it well. João is running off his shoulder, and again, nice touch by Jay De Silva, and halfway inside his own half, Kelly has it, and they slow it right down when they get back in their own half. That's what they're doing now, and Webster, and he rolls it out towards...
Got 2v1 here, and he got 2v1. Go on. Pass it in from the outside. Go on.
And Kelly clips it towards the edge of the penalty area. It is cleared on the slide by Pudil. And forward towards the big man, Lucas João. Pushing the back. Has to battle to retain possession. And Baker has done well. Bristol City can attack halfway inside the Wednesday half. De Silva goes around on Amar, who's down on the ground. Oh, it's a lovely cross and a ricochet in the area, and Taylor will try to turn on the shot, and then Brownhill hits it, and he slices it horribly into the Wednesday fans behind the goal.
I have to say, I love the way the referee's officiating this game. He's letting play go there. Sheffield Wednesday going crazy at him, thinking it was a foul. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think he's letting it go. It's Bristol City were allowed to play on and get a good attack going there. Sheffield Wednesday players didn't seem happy with it, but I love it. Go on, mate. It's a man's game. There's challenges flying around. You have to be brave, and you have to take a bundle every now and again. Just keep playing. Stop rolling about on the floor asking for things.
Had his cards out there, the referee. I didn't see him
Did he?
brandish it to anybody though, but had it out of his pocket for some reason. We'll check that. There wasn't an obvious challenge.
What, the yellow and red one, not a pack of cards. I was going to say, come on, the game's better than that, ref. You don't have to have a game of poker or something. What are you doing?
Sheffield Wednesday in possession in their dark grey shirts on halfway.
Not black.
With Matt Penny. And the youngster dances forward. It was lovely footwork by Penny, and his dance all the way to the edge of the penalty area. Now he goes to Thornley, the left back, and then challenge on the edge of the area, and he's given it the other way. He's given it against Penny. Penny thought he was getting a free kick 20 yards out.
Absolutely, totally agree with you, mate. He tried to con you. Get up, Penny. What a bad Penny. He is. That Penny will drop, mate. And he dropped to the floor, didn't he?
No yellow card though. And now Patterson can break. There was a hum around Ashton Gate because Bristol City are on the attack, and he comes to De Silva. He can cross from the left, puts it back onto his right again.
There we go.
Kelly wants it. Kelly, he put it in. He scuffed it all the way along the ground, and then the clearance is scuffed as well. And it's a corner, a bonus corner really for Bristol City.
Yeah. Well, there's good signs, there's positive signs. Wednesday are showing more appetite to get forward, and City are then exploiting the gaps that they're leaving. So hopefully we'll get a goal. Got a corner now.
Brownhill places it very carefully, almost outside of the quadrant, and he fires it in right-footed. It was an in-swinger. It's cleared by the first Sheffield Wednesday defender, but they work it back again to Brownhill. Thought about crossing, now he does, and it's blocked by Palmer, this time on the edge of his own penalty area for Sheffield Wednesday. Thought about the long ball, cuts it instead to Barry Bannon, and he gets it on his left. Blonde-haired little midfielder, and he's drifted one out. Zhou's got to go chasing after it a little, but he got there, cut it back to Thornley, and now Sheffield Wednesday's turn to slow it down when they get into the Bristol City half. You're listening to Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix. For the latest offers, visit your local store or screwfix.com. Here when you need us. 0-0. Budil for Sheffield Wednesday to Barry Bannon, and he wants it back. He always wants it back again, doesn't he, Bannon?
Brilliant.
When he lends it to a teammate.
He's like a orchestrator, isn't he? He really is. I'll be a bit worried if I'm Bristol City at the moment, because you don't want him getting on the ball, and he's...
Sheffield Wednesday being aggressive, being too aggressive. It's Penny again. He actually linked arms there, like he's out for a walk with his girlfriend with Kelly. Kelly wasn't having it.
Penny. What's he doing? You gotta watch it. That's 2 in a row, isn't it? That's 2 fouls within quick succession. But Bristol City got to try and stop Barry Bannon getting on the ball, because he has the ability to, like a metronome, tick, 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 and he can set the pace of a game.
That's well attacked by Pack in the midfield for Bristol City, and then the forward ball by Brownhill is well read by Hector. Definitely more aggressive mood Sheffield Wednesday in the second half. They've got Bannon on the ball again. The rest of them being aggressive has got Bannon into the game more. And then a careless pass has given it away, and Bristol City with the ex-Sheffield Wednesday man, Jack Hunt, can try and attack. It's a misplaced pass though, and Palmer has it for Wednesday. Falls over as he plays the ball, but Zhou has it inside the penalty area. He's twisted the ball 360 and comes back out again to Penny, and now Bannon could shoot. He's a bit too far out though, and now Thornley. And Bristol City's turn to get everybody back in their own penalty area. Nicely done by Onomar. Good change of direction. He cuts it back, and a diving clearance required by Baker at the near post for Bristol City. Now to Silva. The home supporters, that little buzz around again as they just threaten to get frustrated with their team, taking too long to get attacks going because it's all deep inside their own half. But the ball now does release Webster.
Well, they kept it nicely, but they're not looking forward. No one's making enough forward runs, so...
that's careless. Others groaning now as it's given away. Bannon's on the ball for Wednesday. Zhou is onside here, but thankfully for Bristol City, Nicky Rampar was really alert to the situation. He smashes it forward all the way through to his opposite number.
Well done, goalie. I think what's going to sum this up is Sheffield Wednesday on the front foot. They're actually stepping forward into things. They're pressing higher up the pitch. They're not giving Bristol City as much time as they did in the first half, and consequently they've got a lot more of the ball, and that makes them look what I expected them to be, a good football inside. And with Barry Bannon as he is at the minute, just knocking it and moving.
Live over on TalkSport, Chelsea are leading, and I'll give you one guess here who scored.
Is it Hazard?
It was. Well, you could stick with those though. 0-0. We're about to see Forestieri, so Sheffield Wednesday will bring on some attacking reinforcement. And a careless ball again. How many times have I said that in this second half? And Bristol City given away, and Wednesday can turn it back to their goalkeeper, young blonde-haired big man Cameron Dawson, and they try to play it from deep. Thornley being closed down and fouled by Jack Hunt. The sounds of derision from the home supporters tell you what they thought of that decision.
And ironic cheers from Sheffield Wednesday supporters. They definitely who would want to be a referee? I certainly wouldn't.
So Thornley is going off, so this is a significant change. He obviously thinks he's in a good position here, Josh Lukai, because the most defensive of the midfielders is gone and Forestieri on.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to say, isn't it? Look, sounds like the crowd wanted to as well. Definite positive step.
Fernando Forestieri, 3 goals this season, including against West Bromwich Albion the other day. An Argentine by birth, but an Italy under 21. Had knee problems which have held him back in the last year or so, but they're hopeful that he's fully fit and all that's behind him now. Had a suspension from the start of the season for a pre-season friendly scrap that he got involved in. but he's back. Put all that behind him.
Slugger, that's what they call him.
A talented player reaches on the charge, and the ball is fired long towards Adam Reach, edge of the penalty area. He took it down well, but he can't get beyond the excellent Kelly, and De Silva can collect it for Bristol City, get his head down, and those little legs pumping. He's attacking with good pace. He's quick, isn't he? And he's rolled it forward to Jeju, just stabbed it too far, and Hector had too much pace for Jeju. There's pressure on Cameron, the goalkeeper for Wednesday, as he clears, but clears he does pretty well. And Zhao wanted a free kick for Webster, holding on to him. He doesn't get it. Bristol City have possession with Pack. And Pack into the feet of Taylor. And the yellow boots, he turns, he gets lucky. The ball came back to him, off on him up. And Pudel will clear for Sheffield Wednesday.
It's altogether a better game, isn't it? Altogether a better game. City have got a challenge on their hands now. This is the Sheffield Wednesday I expected to see, and I'm enjoying this second half.
Lloyd Kelly's in possession. Jesus quickly on the attack towards the edge of the penalty area. Again, though, the impressive Hector gets across, puts his big frame and leans his backside into Jesus. Won't let him go anywhere near the ball.
I'm disappointed with that. The big man's got to get hold of that better than that. Come on, Jesus. That is a decent ball. You time your run well, but he just brushed you off too easily.
Michael Hector's another player owned by Chelsea. They're everywhere you go, you know.
Yeah.
Chelsea-owned players. Here's Patterson halfway inside Sheffield Wednesday's half, and De Silva on the left. He swings it in quickly. This time Taylor was there, and that's brilliant defending by Pudel. He really had to throw himself at that ball to turn it behind for the corner.
What a fantastic cross from De Silva there. That is absolutely top-class defending from Pudel. Brilliant. If he'd have missed that, that's a definite goal. What a brilliant defensive header.
Brave physically and brave as well, because that could easily have ended up in the back of his own goal, but he took the gamble as a defender, headed it 1 yard, 2 yards from the far post. It's a corner for Bristol City. Whacked in towards Jeju. Webster just couldn't reach it, cleared by the defender who was on the post. It wasn't creeping in. Bristol City on the attack again, and it can come back in to the middle from Patterson. Barry Bannon read it well, and he back heels it on the edge of his own penalty area. There's impudence.
Oh, what a little cheeky chap he is. I can't believe Aston Villa had him when they were in the Premier League, and he didn't really get a chance to play. He was so frustrated. I had Charlie Adam at Blackpool, and I said, look, when you're as good as him, you'll play for me. And by the end of the season, he was in the team, you know. So what a wonderful little fella.
The whistle goes, foul by Matty Taylor, Bristol City's number 10.
Another ironic cheer from the Sheffield Wednesday fans. This referee is not going to get a Christmas card from them.
It's a good number of Wednesday fans. They're away to our left. There's a lot of black meshing in front of them. They are filling most of that at Chieyo stand. About a 3-hour drive, apparently. The chaps from Sheffield were saying.
Yeah, what a brilliant following they've got. Really is amazing.
It's a big club. Haven't been in the top division of English football since 2000. When you're of a certain age, you think of them as a natural Premier League club, but I suppose they're not. No one is really, are they? You
got to earn that right, John. That's the whole point about it all. It's no good saying we got a zillion fans and we deserve to be there. You got to earn the right. Your team's got to earn the right. The management has got to earn the right to get you back there.
In Bristol City, it's been longer. 1980, they were relegated.
I can't believe what I'm seeing there. Onoma was just given a note, right, and Marlon Pack stole it off him and read it. Onoma's had a little kick of him there. He's getting a little bit. I have never seen that before in my life. You know the little notes us crazy managers hand out there, right? Well, Marlon Pack just stole it off.
And Onoma was annoyed, wasn't he? And he squared up to Pack, and then the referee just goes across, says, calm down, the pair of you. Be interested to see what it said. Marlon Pack obviously knows. Why don't you go out with a written instruction? Here's Onoma anyway. We'll see what he can do, see if his anger can be put to good use. Adam Reach's fallen over. They like that, the home supporters. Pudel will have the shot. It wasn't a long way wide. They'd have been laughing on the other side of their face if that had gone in.
There's some comical things going on. Reach, it looked like he was just going to take a stride towards the ball. He slipped. The ball ran out of his reach, and then all of a sudden it's ran for someone to have a shot. Was it Pudel?
It was.
And he smacked it, and it almost went in.
You're listening to TalkSport 2, your new home of cricket, as we bring you ball-by-ball coverage of England's upcoming tours of the West Indies and Sri Lanka, followed by the tour of South Africa in 2019-20. The first one-day international live from Sri Lanka gets underway Wednesday morning. So that's TalkSport 2, and a terrific lineup of cricket talents. We'll be bringing you the commentary on that as well. A huge ball down field and a slip by a defender, and Zhao will score. Well, how simple was that? It was just cleared all the way through the middle. Baker could have dealt with it, the goalkeeper could have dealt with it. Baker slipped, and Lucas Zhao said thank you very much. 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday.
Well, that was, of all the football and all of the way that these teams play, Lee Johnson's going crazy. He thinks Zhao was offside, so do I, to be honest. The ball was cleared so strongly by Dawson, the goalkeeper. It went clean over everybody, and Zhao was goal side of Baker, and he used his body. Baker then got back the other side of him, tried to volley it clear. He missed. It fell to Zhao, and he struck it beautifully in the bottom corner, and City are still complaining now. Lee Johnson's got his hands on his head. He cannot believe what he's just seen. I have to say, I totally agree with him. When the ball was struck, Zhao was at least a yard offside.
Well, the assistant referee, I guess, was napping. I must confess, I can't give you a second opinion on this. We haven't got a replay to have a look, and we haven't got VAR. We do have a furious Bristol City coaching staff, and Lee Johnson right in the assistant referee's ear, and the fourth official pulls him away. The game goes on. It's swung into the area by Lloyd Kelly. It came from so deep.
Yeah, I can understand, because I was actually looking like a manager does. You look at your back line, are they sorted? I was looking at Bristol City's line out the peripheral vision I got, because you have to look at it like that as a manager. I saw the goalie strike it. Zhao was at least a yard, maybe 2 yards offside when the ball was struck. That's why Lee Johnson knows, because he must have been looking at his back line. You constantly talk about get up after the ball once you've played it.
Sheffield Wednesday are attacking again with Adam Reach. Zhao made a run. He's ignored by Reach, and he goes on, and he likes to strike them, and he struck that one against Kelly. Ricocheted away from Kelly in the penalty area. Pack had to smash it away. Wednesday are first to everything just at the moment, though. Patterson slides in on Onamar, and the midfielder dances away. Now it's with Barry Bannon. Clever reverse ball. Oh, they've worked this brilliantly. Zhao is onside this time for sure, and it's Zhao to pull the trigger and fire. Sheffield Wednesday 2 up. Fabulous finish this time, and there'll be no argument from the Bristol City bench about this one. Lucas Zhao has struck twice in the space of a couple of minutes, and Sheffield Wednesday are looking good for a place in the top 6.
Absolutely fantastic goal, that one. Bristol City have had the stuffing knocked out of them totally and utterly. That was far too easy. They worked a great move into the edge of the box. A fantastic pass, found Zhao. He's jinked and danced round. Looked like he was going down for a penalty, but as he was falling, he struck it brilliantly with his right foot into the opposite corner. Left the goalkeeper no chance. City are in trouble now. 2-0 in the space of 2 minutes, and I got to be honest, they thoroughly deserved this half. They've been so much the better team. Bristol City really need to liven up right now.
Lee Johnson will look. I bet the first thing he'll do is have a look at that offside, because he will say with some justification that the concession of that goal at that time changed the game.
It did, and I totally agree with him, but you have to be ready, you have to get going, you have to get back in it. That's only one goal. You've just let a second in. You can't be bemoaning the first one and not concentrate and let that one in. They got far too behind City far too easily there.
Andy Byman is getting ready. The referee's whistle is going. A foul by Liam Palmer, and a yellow card, very cleanly showed this time by Andy Davis. So a yellow card there. In fact, there's more activity, all sorts of bare flesh in the Bristol City dugouts at the moment. Byman is definitely ready. They've got the free kick.
And O'Dowd, he's going to... Is it O'Dowd? They're going to bring
O'Dowd.
Yeah, O'Dowd, that's it.
Ireland international. And the free kick will be taken though for Bristol City by Brownhill. Maybe they won't need those reinforcements. It's drifted towards Webster on the edge of the area, and Patterson can strike. He met it on the volley. It went straight into the body of Dawson, who held on.
Well, that's much better from Bristol City. Great ball into the box, good header, back across, and a beautiful volley from Patterson. Very well dealt with, I have to say, by Dawson. He made that look very easy, but it was a beautiful strike. looks like City are going to bring on some more firepower, try and get him back in.
On a strong challenge, and City can attack again with Patterson. And he was diving away to his left-hand side. A furious Dawson gets up, only fell a foot wide of that left post.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy play there. Barry Bannon's trying to tell him to calm down. The goalkeeper's got up and had a right go at him for giving the ball away so easily. But I got to credit Webster, the centre half. He stepped right in on that very aggressively, won a challenge. That's what you've got to do. It's all right passing it and all right moving it around. You have to press the ball. You have to put people under pressure, however calm they are. You've got to ruffle their feathers, and that's what Sheffield Wednesday have done this half to Bristol City. And City are really now going to pull out all the stops. On comes Wyman.
Yep, so Wyman is on. Callum O'Dowda is on. Patterson has gone.
And Kelly.
And Kelly's going. And in fact, they're doing 3 changes, aren't they? They're doing them all at once because Marley Watkins is on as well. And Jeju is off.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. I think they've been very subdued, the front line today. So Jeju normally does better than he's done today. He's rolling the dice, Lee, and sometimes you have to. It's a real shock at the moment that they've just suddenly let 2 in, so he's pulled all the stops out here. Hopefully it works for him.
So 69 minutes played, all the triple substitution, all playing at the same time. All the front line basically all hauled off at once. So it's a message to the squad as much as anything else, isn't it? They've been struggling. Their early season, their brilliant form in early September is looking like a thing of the past. Lucas João came on as a sub, of course, didn't he, for Fletcher, who limped off in the first half. He's got 2 goals, one of them controversial, and one of them just really well taken, really well worked by an aggressive Sheffield Wednesday. And they're on the attack again. First to the ball, first to everything at the moment, and Reach tries a bit of skill to get away from Baker, but he can't. Maybe now Bristol City can attack. And it's played wide by Matty Taylor. He has survived the cull of forward players, hasn't he, Matty Taylor?
Yeah.
So he's still out there. O'Dowda's come to the left side. Wyman through the middle. Brownhill and De Silva can attack from deep on the left-hand side. It's a teasing cross. Really good goalkeeping by Dawson, who came and claimed it two-handed.
Yeah, a little bit of a floaty cross from De Silva, but I've been very impressed with Dawson today. First time I've seen him live, absolutely commanding is one word, and he's definitely bossing his team, you know, from a young lad to be able to perform as well as this. I'm very impressed.
Sheffield born, he's at Chesterfield. He's in common with many young goalkeepers, had a lot of time out on loan around the place, but now he's playing regularly. Matt Penny's gone into the left attacking wing back position for Wednesday with their latest change. Zhao's the target of a long ball by Bannon, and he's trying to just bulldoze his way between 2 Bristol City defenders, but he can't, and it's a goal kick.
Well, you have to say that Forestieri's came on the pitch and they've scored 2 goals. He hasn't been involved in any of them, but he's another threat, you see. I thought it was a bold substitution, very, very brave move, and it's worked a treat.
But he's barely touched the ball, has he?
He's barely touched the ball, but what that does, that creates a worry. He has a name for himself. People know how good he is, and that's taken a little bit of cover away, and Zhao's had the benefit of it.
You're listening to Bristol City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2 on TalkSport 2 with Screwfix, proud partners of the EFL, here when you need us. Sheffield Wednesday have a throw, and Forestieri running offside, exploiting that. You don't often see that exploited. It's a goal kick because it came off him and went behind.
Again, he's one that makes defenders think, and he does things that are annoying, really, you know, and when he gets it, you want to get so tight, but he turns you and he twists you. So, and I like reaching that position as well. He's gone out in the middle. Funny enough, Zhao's on the left, Forestieri's on the right, and reaches. You know, they've sort of gone 5-2-3, which has caused Bristol City a problem.
Doesn't mind an innovation, does he, Josh Lukai? Changing his pack, and it's worked really effectively. There's Pack in the midfield for Bristol City. He's played a careless pass, given it away. Sheffield Wednesday will break quickly. Matt Penny down the left side. He swung it in towards Forestieri. There was a touch that just took it away from him. He tried to fling himself full stretch at the ball. It's only half cleared though by Bristol City. Barry Bannon in halfway inside the Bristol City half. Onumar and Penny again. He's looked better, Penny, since switching back to his natural position down that left side.
Well, in fairness, nothing against Thornley, but I think they look altogether better balanced. They were a little bit too, mind you, it worked. What can I say? It worked because they kept a clean sheet in the first half. But I like the look of this Sheffield Wednesday set up now. How front foot they are, and what a nice football team they are when they actually put you under pressure.
They've struggled to keep clean sheets. That would be target number 2 here with 73 minutes gone. Obviously the win is the most important thing, and to go above Brentford into that top 6 going into the international break.
To be fair, that'd be some mean achievement, that, because Brentford are a really good footballing side.
So it's a throw, and they're taking their time over this. Sheffield Wednesday, it's no surprise, is it? Zhao, the latest, and again they just run beyond the defensive line. Standing at the corner flag, received the throw in, and he's got a free kick as well. Just being wrestled and pulled as he tried to hold the ball up.
Isn't it amazing what a goal does for you, and then another one does for you? The confidence that they're playing with now. You know, Zhao's starting to look like he could play for Real Madrid. You know? No, seriously, I'm not joking. He's held him off. He's dragged his foot over it. It's amazing. You know, I wish you'd make a fortune if you could sell a bottle of confidence, wouldn't you?
Takes his tally to 5 for the season, Lucas Zhao. Barry Bannon has put the ball across everybody, and Hector takes it down. He was falling over as he struck it, and he puts his hand over his face. So disappointed with himself. He did the first bit so well.
He just rolled out of reach, unfortunately. But great turn, wasn't it? And he completely fluffed his lines when it came to the shot.
A huge clearance by Dawson, but it's too big for everybody. So Webster can go and retrieve it. Lee Johnson's played all of his tactical cards, played them all in one go.
And it is amazing that long, hapless clearance there led to a goal just now. That's what's amazing about football.
That's what changed the game, isn't it? Callum O'Dowda's on the ball. He's about to go away with the Irish national team. O'Dowda, not many regular internationals, Bristol City, but he is one. He's on the ball again now in the centre of the park, left-footed. He rolls it back to Adam Webster, his central defender. Sheffield Wednesday retreat, everybody except Forestieri, and they win it, and Bannon has it now, and he tries to spring them forward quickly, and Zhao will stretch his legs. He's got Forestieri running unhindered through the middle if he can find him. Now he's run offside. Zhao took just too long over that, and now Penny's run beyond him as well, but he's patient, and Penny leaves it. Bannon has it, left side. Sheffield Wednesday all over them. Reach comes in, and that's brilliant defending, and a push as well by Reach on De Silva, who'd headed it behind anyway.
De Silva, that was brilliant defending there. Absolutely. I think Reach has got probably a 5 or 6 inch height advantage over him, and he still beat him in the air. Well done, young man. Track your runner. You got there first. Brilliant.
He's a very short fullback, isn't he, Jay De Silva?
I didn't like to say that. I'm not the tallest, 5'7" and 3/4. But to deal with that sort of cross when you know there's a taller man behind you is really typical. So he did fantastic well.
Taylor's got it for Bristol City, and De Silva now on the attack. Reach been sent the other way. O'Dowda just couldn't get it under control, and runs away from Vyman, who goes down, arms flailing in the penalty area, and the referee just turns his back and runs away.
It's a real clever little pass. De Silva's impressed me this match. First time I've seen the young man. He just defended brilliantly, and then he's just popped a fantastic clever ball, slotted it into the feet of a centre forward in the box instead of crossing it.
Now Watkins, Welsh international, and then Jack Hunt, and he finds Watkins again. He's onside, and he can cross this low. O'Dowda side putting it over the bar. What an opportunity! That really could have changed the game, and Callum O'Dowda has missed it.
Good gracious me, what a brilliant move. Great ball from Hunt in behind the fullback. Fantastic cross. All he's got to do is keep it down. Deary me, he's just got too much on it. Underneath the ball, over the top. That is a blatant miss, unfortunately. Boy, did they need that. That would have been game on, wouldn't it?
Yep, with 13 minutes plus a bit of stoppage time to come, would have changed the whole atmosphere, wouldn't it, at Ashton Gate?
It has gone a bit subdued, to be honest. Maybe it's just the run that they've had over the last few weeks, not 1 in 4. So, come on, someone's got to set light to this game now for Bristol City.
Well, Wednesday have been stronger in the second half. That's the start reality, isn't it? But City can do something about that. There is still time. They've got Pack on the ball midway inside. He can go for a shot. He disguises his pass. And there are, 5 or 6 waiting in the middle. And De Silva this time, I'm afraid, doesn't get his cross off the ground. But Baker will try and keep it going. The central defender a long way inside the Sheffield Wednesday half. And De Silva trying to wrestle his way beyond Palmer. The referee is right on the spot. He's happy with everything. City win it back. O'Dowda into the area.
Penalty.
He goes down,
yes.
And the referee says penalty. Well, this could be the game-changing moment. The man who missed the glorious opportunity a minute ago, Callum O'Dowda, has now just won a brilliant chance here for them to get back into the game. He's fouled. Matty Taylor grabs the ball and marches quickly to the penalty spot. And the referee goes over to speak to Cameron Dawson. What a moment in the game.
Game on. If he scores this, mind you, the game this young man's having in goal, you never know. I'd love to see City get one back for us, because it would be one heck of a last few minutes. Here we go.
It's Matty Taylor, and he smashes it hard down the middle of the goal. No chance for Dawson to save, and there is a chance for Bristol City to save this game.
Oh, we have a game on our hands now. This is exactly what we wanted. Bristol City just gained some momentum. Fantastic little pass. O'Dowda got brought down. I called it from up here. I thought it was, and the referee's given it. Let's see what Bristol City made of, and let's see what Sheffield Wednesday are made of. Come on.
Well, Lukai is responding with a substitution, and Barry Bannon, little mate going off.
What?
And it's Palupesi who is coming on, who's a far more defensive midfielder. Joey Palupesi scored an own goal against West Brom and Dutchman, and he's in there for one job, isn't he?
What? You can't take Baz off. I wouldn't have done it. I gotta be honest. Baz can do his defending side of it. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit biased.
So there's the final change of the game. Palupesi on, and Barry Bannon off. And Bristol City with their tails up, looking for an equalising goal now. O'Dowda's been eventful since he's come onto the pitch. Watkins in possession. And then Hunt slings it forward. It's just over the head of Weimann. Miscontrolled by Pack. Just forces him backwards a little bit into the centre circle. Onomar tries to close him down. Bristol City will hope to dominate the 10 minutes or so we've got left to play. And Watkins over, hugging the right-hand touchline this time. And Webster, 10 yards inside the Wednesday half. Looking for a way forward. Here comes the big diagonal switch over to De Silva, who takes it down beautifully and cuts it back to Weimann. He's urged to shoot. He doesn't. He moves it on to Brownhill, who tried to find the run of Weimann again. And Brownhill's run it back, and it's half cleared. O'Dowda on the edge of the penalty area. The referee was right there, and he gives the free kick Sheffield Wednesday's way for a foul.
I actually thought it was handball there. Thought a Sheffield Wednesday player his and Weimann's had a right go. Poor old ref's getting hammered, isn't he? But it did look like it was handball. Whether it was deliberate or not, who knows? But wow, just amazing what a goal does for you. Really does. Bristol City look bright, look sharp. The crowd are buzzing. It might be a Manchester United moment here at Ashton Gate, i.e. 2-0 down yesterday at half-time, come back 1-3-2.
Well, they went 2 down. Was it 66 minutes gone? 13 minutes later, they got 1 back. Hector with the header, and it's Pack who gets it. He smashes it forward. O'Dowda goes chasing after it. He'll test the pace of the defender, and he wins the race with Tom Lees. He's being held onto. A bit of come dancing going on there from Tom Lees.
Tom Lees did fantastically well. Sometimes you just put your foot through it to test out their back players. You have to do that sometimes, and it's amazing when you're behind. You don't have to take that extra pass. It's not always about getting through people or going round people. Sometimes you literally got to go over them.
Brownhill's throw, a long one into the area. Half cleared by Zhao, edge of the box. And here's De Silva. There's a Bristol City player down in a red shirt. The game goes on. Brownhill lifts it in. A header away by Hector. The referee should really blow his whistle now.
Polacs. He's got to blow it.
Now he does. As Sheffield Wednesday went on a counter attack, and there are some grumbles, but they're a mile away from the goal. He had to stop it.
The ref should have stopped that earlier, I felt. And Hector's having a go at him. He's right, really, because he's left it so late, and attacks forming down the opposite side. I don't understand. It's a head injury as well.
I can't see who it is. It's Tom Lees who he clashed with, because Tom Lees is just getting a little bit of a session with the physio from Sheffield Wednesday, Nathan Baker, down on the ground.
He hasn't moved. I hope he's all right. Do you know what I mean? His feet, his legs aren't moving. He's not. Do you know what I mean? He's taking far too long.
And two of the medical staff are on talking to him, and there's a bit of a timeout going on because Lee Johnson's actually on the pitch, isn't he? Talking to some of his Sheffield Wednesday. Sorry, talking to his captain.
Yeah.
And where's Lukai? Animated as well, aren't they? The fourth official's got a lot to do here, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Honestly, I do. That's annoyed me a little bit. It's a little bit of bugbear of mine. There's a stretcher coming out. He waited far too long to blow that whistle.
He's okay.
The good news, Baker just moved, just got up to his knees.
And the stretcher has stopped in its tracks, but he's okay. He doesn't look particularly well, I must say. The physio just looking in his eyes, aren't they? In fact, they're both peering into his eyes. Football is miles better now, isn't it, than the old days when people were expected to carry on through knocks on the head and all sorts. And the old picture of Terry Butcher with the blood all over his head.
I just got this thing. The referee stood there. He's had a very good game, I must admit, but he's got the ball under his arm now. That's how I want to see him. You are dominating this game. You must make it flow. But your job is to make sure someone's not seriously hurt. End of.
And so it's quite a lengthy stoppage here, to bear this in mind. In going back to the football side, might see Sheffield Wednesday, mightn't they? They were under the cosh a little bit. For all they're still moaning, actually. They're still going back to having another complaint to the referee.
Because they were attacking.
That's what. Yeah, they're not worried about Baker's well-being. They want an attack, and when he's back upon his feet, and that's why the applause from the home supporters.
Quite rightly so. Good.
And the stretcher is taken away, and that's good as well. And the man with the unfeasibly large backpack. Just do your back in. It's the size of a...
Gracious me, yeah. What is it?
You need a donkey to carry that.
It looks like one of those giant tortoises. It's on the Galapagos Islands. What has he got in there?
Go away for 2 weeks with that backpack on your back.
Gracious me. I go camping a lot, but I didn't even take that much stuff in the van. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Strong guy. Right then, okay. So we'll go back and have a goal kick. We've lost a good couple of minutes we lost there, but the good news is that Baker didn't need too long with the medics in the end.
Has that stopped Bristol City's momentum?
The red shirts on the attack. They win the first header with Marlon Pack, lifted up in the air by Tom Lees. And Webster goes in to try and win the header. A flick on by Watkins and then smashed away by Pudil. And the excellent De Silva controls it for Bristol City in his own half. And the home supporters urge them forward. Flicked up high in the air by Taylor. Wasn't the best of layoffs, really, was it?
No, I don't think he meant that, but it's definitely disturbed the balance of the run of play there. That injury, very unfortunate for Bristol City, because they really had a head of steam up.
Sheffield Wednesday came out more aggressively, more purposeful in the second half than their opponents. They got their reward. The first goal controversial, the second excellent, and a mistake has given them the possession back again. Onomar to Forestieri hasn't had a big impact on the game, although it has very much changed since he came on. Penny tries a back. That's cleverly done actually by the youngster, because he miscontrolled it and he back-heeled it into his opponent, and it's a throw in then for Sheffield Wednesday on halfway.
Yeah, that was clever awareness, and he didn't get carried away that he made a mistake. He still had enough nous to know to back-heel that to get a throw in. Very good play.
And Taylor tries to make a nuisance of himself, but Lees lofts it forward, and then Zhao is penalised. It's sort of backing into.
How is that any different to what he did for the goal that they got? Do you know what I mean? Not only was he offside, but he lent into Baker as well. So strange.
There's a mix of it. No one's taken the free kick. That's why the fans were getting excited. I think Webster was expecting the keeper to come, and Lampard said, well, you just do it, you're nearest. Hector won the header. Forestieri backs into his man. This time there's no free kick. It's hard to be entirely consistent though as a referee, isn't it? It's a throw to Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, that's clever play from the little man. He used his body, he's ever so strong, and he just backed into him, shoved his shoulder into him, half fell over and just kept the ball. Brilliant.
And that snail's pace, Daniel Pudel goes over to take the throw in, and you can't blame them.
Very games-like, isn't it? Just slow everything down.
And it goes forward to Taylor. He's battling. He's clipped by Hector. And the referee pauses.
He's going to get booked, he is.
And well, you know what? He's going to be really careful because he's thrown the ball away as well. And he gets one yellow card. But you never see a second yellow card in that situation where you get booked for a foul and dissent in the same movement. The referee sensibly often just shows the one yellow.
He's been arguing. He's been grumbling all day, hasn't he, Hector? Because he's got to be careful.
He was penalised and he got up and he threw the ball underarm, a good distance away. Free kick taken by Bristol City. A couple of minutes of the 90 to play. It was Lees who got his head on it. It will be a corner if it goes out. It has gone out and they can turn the screw now, Bristol City.
Come on, Ashton Gate, this is when your team needs you.
89 minutes played, one of the 90 to play. We'll have a good few to be added on at the end of this. It will be an in-swinger. The goalkeeper stays on his line. It's run superbly. It was Onamar who got there, the young midfielder.
Brilliant header that was. Against Marlon Pack, who's about 6 inches taller than him. Well done. City still got the upper hand here. Can they turn something into a goal?
They've got Webster. Got to be careful about the offside as he fires it in. Oh dear, offside's irrelevant. He's missed everybody. And it's just out for a throw. That's not the ball they needed at that moment.
What a time to shank that one. He's missed his target by about 20 yards.
And Wednesday, again, will slow it down. It's funny, the referee saying hurry up. There was a lot made of how long Cardiff City were taking over throw-ins, but they were allowed to. You're allowed to when you're attacking. When you're defending, the referee says hurry up. The fourth official is ready with the board. One last consultation, I think, 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
So there was already a few. I'm not sure Baker wasn't down that long, so he's added some more on as well, and it's another throw-in for Sheffield Wednesday. They'll try and waste as much of these 7 minutes as they can. Creates a buzz, doesn't it, around the stadium?
Well, there's a bit more hope and a bit more belief. Can City turn this round?
And so we are into the 7 minutes of time being added on, and Baker's climbing over the back of Zhao. He's not that bothered about getting a free kick because they've got a throw, and they can waste a bit of time over this one. Zhao is the match winner, the first half sub, remember, for Fletcher, who went off injured very early on. And Sheffield Wednesday have got a stronger home record than away. Bristol City can't really tell the difference between their home and away form. And they're desperate for a draw. They'll take a draw right now. And the throw-in is taken, cleared by Palupesi, who came on as a defensive sub for Sheffield Wednesday, and a slip by Pack under pressure from Onamar. It's just a throw, came off Onamar last throw to Bristol City in front of their manager in his long black coat. Anyone animated down on in that technical area for Bristol City. And they have to go back under pressure from Sheffield Wednesday.
Too long, come on.
Now it goes long from Baker. Taylor was the target. He lost out comfortably to Lees. O'Dowda, who won the penalty, drags his studs over the top of it. And Watkins tries to dance his way through. He's stopped by a strong challenge by Palupesi, and they can break away here. The goalkeeper will have to come because there's no one back for Bristol City. But he does come.
That's a terrible pass there. They were actually clean in.
Just overhit it, saw the space, didn't he?
Yeah, I know what he was trying to do, but that really just leave it short for him. They'd have been clean in, 2 people would have been in.
Pack is deepest for Bristol City. He's in possession. De Silva reached defending in front of him, played it almost to the referee, and Hector steps out and he can launch a counter-attack now. Hector, he's had a really good game. Joao will chase it, and where will he chase it? He can knock this into the corner if he wants to, or he turns and he comes back and will slow it down at walking pace. Forestieri and Joao. And he's using his strength and his combative qualities now, the Portuguese, but he's lost out. And Bristol City will launch an attack. Pack, nice swerve of the body, he goes down. Onumar chopped him over, and the referee waits. And now he shows his yellow card, and Josh Onumar still hasn't turned around and seen it.
You don't know he's booked. Hope the referee shouted out, number 7, I'm booking you. I'm sure he doesn't know he's booked.
I think he knew it was coming.
Did he?
And it still counts. Often players think it doesn't count if you don't look. It does, Josh. Free kick for Bristol City, just inside their own half. It goes long. The defensive line formed just outside the box. Hector with a header. Clearance completed by Liam Palmer. Bristol City's coaching staff acting quickly as the ball boys to get them going again. Brownhill, they will go long. No, they won't. Fool me, went short instead to Webster, and Webster now clips it up. Baker's forward, the central defender. The excellent Hector won the header though in the centre back position again, but they're playing some neat football. O'Dowda will lift it into the danger zone again. The clearance isn't great. Baker's battling for it. They can't get it away. Baker's gone down on the edge of the penalty area. No foul. Instead there's a break for Sheffield Wednesday, and they can break away, and they've got men over. Zhao is waiting in the middle. It's Penny who's leading the charge, and the block comes. It's a crucial one from Webster. Sheffield Wednesday have taken time, but they haven't got the third goal, crucially.
No, it's Baker's been down again. He's in the wars at the moment, and he's walking very gingerly back. Great breakaway. It's a great breakaway. City are throwing absolutely everything at Sheffield Wednesday. They're looking resolute at the moment. Can I see something coming? Not at the moment, I must admit.
Well, Baker hasn't gone back. The fans are annoyed, particularly over in that corner, because Wednesday are taking so long, and they've sent 3 players over there to try and waste time. So as Wednesday was saying, we were waiting whether Baker got up and came back. It's gone out of play against another throw, another corner, beg your pardon.
They're taking an absolute lifetime to take this, which you could understand.
But again, sometimes teams take longer than this. When they bring the centre-backs up from the back, sometimes take a minute for a corner to be taken.
Yeah.
And they've made a mess of it. It's a throw to Bristol City. I suppose it's used 30 seconds. We're now 49.5 minutes into the second half. Bristol City looking for an unlikely equaliser, I suppose you'd say now. Pack their captain to Callum O'Dowda, and he drifts away from one challenge. He goes down and he gets the free kick. It was marginal. Pudil just leaning on him, but it's a free kick. Slap bang in this middle of the Sheffield Wednesday half of the pitch.
He's done well, O'Dowda, since he's come on. He really has. I know he missed a very, very good chance just before he got the penalty, but he looks a real good player. Drifts and floats past people. What City were missing, really.
So there's only the goalkeeper at the other end of the pitch, Jay Da Silva, standing over this free kick halfway inside the Wednesday half. Everybody else on the edge of the penalty area, and Da Silva clips it in. The red shirts go up. Leeds won their header. It's only dropped to the edge of the box though. Taylor will try and keep the pressure on. He's being well shepherded though, forced wide and then cut back into the edge of the penalty area. Onumar can't clear it, took too long, and he's cleaned out by Baker, and that's just what Sheffield Wednesday wanted.
What a tackle that was from Baker. Everything went into that. Onumar's done so well to clear the ball there.
And Jay Da Silva has it. Everybody retreats. He launches it forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Watkins, where the ball's gone, smashes it forward. Zhao will chase it. We'll see where it bounces. He's hopeful here, Zhao, and the goalkeeper had to come and head it. It was curious. It went so high. It wasn't travelling through to Lampard to handle it. But Bristol City can attack again. 51 minutes played of the second half. Still time to go. Reach just whacks it himself and will chase it into the empty space. He's got a race with Lampard, who can't run. He's hobbling. If he takes this quickly, the goalkeeper's off the pitch, and he's got no one to throw it to. And now he decides to slow it down. Well,
that's comical. I shouldn't laugh. The goalie looks like he's hurt himself.
He's running like he's 90. Mayanpar, he's pulled something. And now now he's back.
What was all that about?
And
good gracious me.
Well, if someone had run up with Adam Reed, he could have taken the throw in. They could have rolled it into the net. They can't replace the goalkeeper. He could have gone down now and asked for treatment, but I suppose they want it quick. He's going to book somebody. Who was it who wasted the throw?
Booked, hasn't he?
Forestieri. No, it's over.
It's Forestieri.
Yeah, it's Forestieri, and now it's taken to Forestieri. The header comes from a Bristol City defender, Jack Hunt. You know, we had a not very eventful first half. You can't say that about the end of this game, can you?
It's been lively. Second half, John, we've had something to talk about, and some weird things, because I thought he just booked Onoma again, but he booked Forestieri, who stood directly behind him.
Booking him over his head, wasn't he?
Yeah. Come on, ref.
Bristol City have left 3 forward, including the hobbling Nathan Baker. They're walking wounded all over the pitch for Bristol City. They've got a goal kick. They give it to Mainpei. He can't take it. Can he
take it? No, what are they doing?
He can't. He can barely walk. And so the centre forward's just taken, literally, it's Matty Taylor, just taken a goal kick for Bristol City. There's a foul on halfway, and there might just be time for one last attack. And we are about to enter the 53rd minute of the second half. They've got a free kick. They've got limping players all over the pitch, Bristol City, but they've still got a tiny bit of hope. And they spotted up the home fans, urge them on. I can't believe people are leaving. It's fired in towards Watkins. He flicks it on, and Hector clears, and the referee blows his whistle. Hector goes to the Sheffield Wednesday fans behind that goal, and he punches the air. Well, nothing happened in the first half. Everything has happened in the second half. Superb entertainment in the Championship. It's Sheffield Wednesday who will go leaping up the table into the top 6. Handshakes all round between the coaching staff below us, but we know Lee Johnson will be annoyed. He'll have a look at the crucial offside for the first one, the Zhao goal. That made the 1-0. He got a second for 2-0 quickly after that one. Taylor with a penalty gave Bristol City hope, but in the end they didn't have enough. Sheffield Wednesday have won the game. What a second half, Ian Holloway.
Yes, something we wanted that. We wanted to see that, but it's quite a bizarre game, to be honest. There were some really funny moments, but really, to me, it all hinges on a very bad decision. Bristol City feel very hard done by, I think, because the goalkeeper's clearance, Zhao was definitely offside. I think he almost fouled Baker as well, but that led to a little bit of an argument. There's no arguing about the second goal. The second goal was high quality, great finish, and City sort of huffed and puffed, but really Sheffield Wednesday the second half looked a very good side. Just nicked it.
Well, Russ, we didn't have much to say at half time. It was a bit of a struggle, wasn't it? But second half, no argument there, so good win for Sheffield Wednesday.